Great timing on that, Alex.
Perfect.
Well done. Welcome back, everyone. It was Alex. To Veil. I almost said Veil. It's Veil of Sanity. Episode 2, Part 2, and we're just back straight where we left off, as Cornelius runs screaming in terror like a little bitch out of the room. And this is no longer screaming, actually.
Yeah. So, what do you want to do now, Cornelius?
Sorry, that was just in the room. I didn't catch that last bit.
You're back to normal. What do you want to do?
That spirit is dangerous. This is me addressing you, Philip.
Sorry, I didn't get that. So, Claudette cocks his head at you and she says,
Go ahead, right?
There were only boxes. What exactly is dangerous?
You wouldn't understand. I don't know why I'm having this discussion. Let's go back.
Okay.
During the walk back, I'd comms back to Marius.
Cornelius, I'm on my way.
Yeah, I've not even told you what the problem is, but yeah, okay.
I was already contacted by or Claudette to say that we were freaking out.
Okay.
What's,
I will
what
wait.
have you found?
It's best to discuss this in person.
Very well. I'll be there in a couple of moments.
And I suppose while we're waiting for the captain, I would check in with the ship's machine spirits, see if there was any effect or if she even noticed.
It is rather uncaring of what's going on, but it has detected something that it doesn't like, and it's searching for it.
Yeah.
Imagine it would be bad if she finds it.
I suppose I would know the dangers of a rogue spirit, wouldn't I?
Of a corrupted spirit? Yeah. You'd have a fair degree of idea there.
Right. I would kind of break the news gently to the ship's machine spirit that the ancient spirit that I've woken is possibly corrupt. I may need your help in subduing it.
You have woken a corrupt spirit? I thought you had taken the necessary precautions.
This was not my intention. I took all of the precautions
Get
needed.
it off of me. It will not be allowed within the confines of all that I oversee.
It's currently contained in the shadow blind. You will not be affected.
Affected? What do you know of infected? You have brought the contagion inside of me.
Affected, not infected.
Don't correct it. On that bombshell, the ship explodes and the campaign's over.
So, like, the lights flicker in your ship, and you can tell that, like, the engines are not running appropriately now.
I'm looking up from whatever I'm doing. I'm like, Frank!
No, I'm saying that I literally said affected. I don't know if it came across the microphone different.
No, I heard you say affected.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that too.
At this point, I kind of show up to the shadow blind base with the lights flickering. Cornelius, what have you done?
I told you of the precautions that needed to be taken.
And yet it appears you did not take them.
Do not take that tone. You know nothing of the things that we find.
I know enough to know when a ship is angry.
Yes, which is why I'm communicating to ensure that the spirit that has been awoken does not cause undue harm to our blessed ship. She's more than capable. This will not be more than a nuisance to her. However, should we lest to insult her, we need to stop this quick.
Very well. What is it that you have discovered in those boxes?
The first two spirits were passive, ancient, and a little bit surly, to say the least, but passive, as any normal spirit would be. Third, however, is something else entirely.
Very well. Well, I'll leave you to. I will remain here and leave you in the room yourself to do the necessary rituals to calm that spirit and to discover what's in the final box.
I would think it'd be unwise to open that fourth box until the ship perhaps is more favourable.
What does it want of the third item?
It wants it off, and I'm inclined to agree.
Well, then we get rid of it, close it back up in that box, and take it to the airlock.
Yes, that would be the smartest course of action.
Captain, it's Jack. The signal is back.
Oh, motherfucker! Can't give 2 seconds. What spec is it? Is it an Imperial? Is it?
It's an old Imperial code. I am not entirely certain. It's coming out of the nebula now. I should know in a couple of minutes.
Okay, I'll make my way to the bridge. Claudette, Zarior, make your way to the Shadowblind base. Lock up anything you've got that will reveal your presence to anyone.
Understood.
My room should just be in the Shadowblind base.
I mean, yeah, it should.
We can retcon that.
So you
That's
got
fine.
booted out of the thing, so Cornelius can perform his ritual.
Well, the
Cornelius,
bays are big enough for multiple things.
I mean, there's
Okay,
multiple bays. I mean, the whole point of them is they are, although some of them may be like a room, some of them are fairly like small squeeze spaces. Some of them are like room enough for a bed and various bits and pieces. That's my take on them, that they're dotted all over the ship. There just happens to be one large one near the main cargo bay.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a pretty accurate accounting.
Awesome. So it's perfectly reasonable that you and the Claudette and the Zarior have room-sized Shadowblind bays that are near the crew quarters or wherever they are on the ship. That's not unheard of.
I think that makes sense. So yeah, that's where my room is, so I'll stay in it.
Cool.
And then I
Cornelius-
Vox back contact.
Indeed. If I need you, I'll vouch you. Otherwise, stay silent. Cornelius, secure those Archaeotech and secure the Shadowblind base. Then make your way to the engine room.
As you wish.
And then I make my way to the bridge, and I call for Hayata to meet me on the bridge.
I mean, I'm already in the bridge.
Oh, okay.
Scolding Frank, saying, I know you pushed something. Why do I even trust you? Go away. Sober up.
You guys start to detect like a static pattern over your comms.
Everybody?
It's coming over the ship's wide comms.
So would that strike me as odd?
Yeah, definitely.
I close off. I comm to my comms operator in the bridge to shut down shipwide comms and only keep localized microbead channels open. So gun crews can communicate, engine crews can communicate, but only I would have a direct line to department heads, if that makes sense.
That's all right. Yes, sir. We're getting a lot of interference coming from the nebula cloud. It's starting to clear up.
Do your best to clear it up. I'll be in the bridge in a couple of moments.
Okay, so you head to the bridge. Everybody else, what are you doing?
I'm getting one of those disinfection wipes, and I'm like wiping the rat a little bit, just in case Frank did something nasty.
I follow
Oh, okay.
orders and take up post close
So-
to Cornelius.
Okay. So Claudette's following Cornelius. Haida, you're heading towards the bridge as well.
I'm already there, I guess.
Presumably, I would know this because of my knowledge of traders and what we can and can't get away with. But presumably, a croup mercenary would not be frowned on as much as a Dark Elder mercenary.
Well, let me ask Claudette, did you take sanctioned Xenos?
I do not believe so.
Okay, that's a thing that you have to take at character creation pretty much, which basically gives them like permission to be around Imperial people. As long as the rogue trader who controls the sanction is alive, for lack of a better term, or I would go with close by.
I don't think that was
if you
in our
don't have
talents.
It is, in fact, in Into the Storm.
Did you have in your talent table, rank table, Johan?
No, I did not see that anywhere. And
I know you
all
mentioned
the
it
character
before.
creation was in Into the Storm for the crew, so I didn't check with the other character creation stuff.
Let me find it.
Ross, did you mean me or did you ask Philip?
Yeah, I
and
mean
said
Philip.
Johan?
I mean
Okay.
Philip.
Okay. Sanctioned Xenos is page 107, 108 in the PDF of Into the Storm.
Mhm.
It's a trait. It costs 800 XP. You can read about it there. And it's not
So
a
you couldn't
character
even buy
creation
it at
only.
the start, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a character creation only thing. I thought it was, but I was
Okay,
wrong.
so at the moment I'm still an illegal alien, right?
For lack of a better term. Now, a rogue trader can get away with a lot more, so,
So
you're
if
not going to
it's-
have the brand.
Yeah.
Sanctioned Xenos have a brand, like, on their forehead, so everybody who sees you knows that you're sanctioned, and you have, like, a little writ. You won't have the brand, but you're on a rogue trader ship, and a lot of people aren't qualified with enough authority to fuck with a rogue trader.
So if it's a Inquisition ship, then we're fucked. But if not, or an Astartes, we're in trouble. But if it's another rogue trader or just a planetary governor or something like that, there's not really much they could do.
Isn't
So,
the Tau
if-
Empire inside Imperial space?
I'm sorry?
Is the Tau Empire not within Imperial space? Or am I getting confused?
The Tower Empire is at odds with the Imperium and
Okay.
is expanding its borders, taking up Imperial space.
I see.
So if Marius gives me the order, I will basically conceal myself in my room. Leave my comms open now.
You would know with your dealings with Adriel Quist, the Inquisitor that your family knows, that not all Inquisitors are like hardline.
True. I would tell you to make yourself scarce for the time being until I ascertain exactly who we're dealing with. For that, just to be safe.
Okay, so you're heading to the bridge. Haida, you are on the bridge. Cornelius, what were you going to be doing? Cornelius?
You didn't find the
Yeah,
mute button.
sorry, I was on
the
mute.
push
Yeah.
to talk.
Yeah, so I would be preparing myself to take on the cursed spirit again, to see if I can seal it away back in the box.
Okay. And Claudette's following you. Desario, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm in my room.
Okay, you're in your room. All right. So, Cornelius, go ahead and make a... Do you have Forbidden Lore Heretic?
No, I've got Architect, Adept Mech, the Warp, and Secret Tongue Tech.
And what was the last one?
Secret Tongue Tech.
Oh, make a Forbidden Lore Adeptus Mechanicus test at a negative 10 to see if you can come up with the right to suppress this thing.
Yeah. Fuck.
You got any fate left?
Yeah, I'm going to, because I think it's pretty vital to get this secured.
Before you do, I'm gonna message you over the Vox, commanding you to get your shit together. We've got an incoming ship. We need that. We need that tech secure. I'm not going to cause any issues if we get into a fight. Let me know once you've done it. You have my faith and the Emperor's faith that you'll succeed. Well, the Omnisci's faith that you'll succeed.
Oh, shucks. Use the right words. So what's that, a plus, what, 10?
Plus 10.
Yeah.
Right, so it's only minus 10 now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, well, here we go. Wait.
There you go.
Wait.
Nicely done. Yeah, you're easily able to come up with the correct right to suppress this heresy.
Okay, cool. So I suppose I'll be opening the door, swinging my sacred unguents through my sensor. Power of the Omniscient compels you.
Pretty much. This is going to take you. This is going to take you about 15 minutes to accomplish. Go ahead and make a willpower check at a plus 30.
Okay. Just before I do go in, I give like a wistful look back to Claudia and says, "Don't follow me."
I look back and don't follow.
Nice.
Okay. Switching back to Marius, you arrive at the bridge.
Jack, stats report.
Jack's over at the auger array, leaning over the tech that mans it. Sir, it's clearing up right now. Have a look at this.
I have a look at on my personal screen. Do I have a personal screen?
Sure, if you want one.
Yeah, I'll have a personal screen.
Okay, so on your personal screen, they're like magnifying auger returns at this specific section of the radiation nebula near the star, and bursting out of this dust cloud is a Havoc class raider with obscene symbols branded all over it, and like skin sails coming out the bottom of it, like mimicking ancient sails.
All hands battle stations.
Simultaneously to you saying that, your comms array and your like micro beads and everything that has a speaker starts going, Ezekiel! 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 as this thing blasts your ship with its screaming daemon name.
I cut comms to the ship. And presumably there is a way to contact our weapon crews and various other parts of the ship without using comms, like Morse code or something, old school. Is
I'm
that
sorry?
a thing?
It's like those post office tubes.
Yeah, like, is there a way of me contacting weapons crews and things without using comms?
Yes, there is. There's basically like old time ships. You speak into a tube.
Ah, okay, wonderful. That's amazing. I grab my the ship-wide tube. All hands battle stations.
You have to yell, otherwise they can't hear you over certain sections
All
of the
hands
ship.
battle
Can't.
stations. And then I grab the weapons. The same one for the weapon, or the different one for the weapons teams, and low torpedo bays, prime macro cannons.
So like everything you say, Jack says like just a heartbeat later into his own little tubes. And he's giving you reports, you know, torpedoes are loaded, sir. Macro cannons are at the ready. However, we're still at anchor in high orbit over this planet.
Oh yeah, engine crews. That would help. Evasive maneuvers. Raise anchor.
Okay.
Engines full.
Okay, Haida, the engines start to come online, but they are grumbling, and they're not reacting in a way that they normally do.
Yeah, I put my hand on not the rudder, but some part other than the rudder. I don't know exactly how my station would look like, but I'm silently speaking to the ship, and I'm like, "Ship, I've left you in the hands of a mumbling drunk for a few hours. I'm sorry about that. It might happen again, but if he gets drunk again under my command, I will not let him stay here. I'm back now. You can, if you want, please stay with us." Oops, my finger got off the push to talk. Ship, we can do this together. We need you right now.
A slight vibration comes up through the wheel as you feel that you've made contact with the machine spirit in some way.
I trust that the machine spirit is on my side now, maybe, hopefully. I hope so. And I look forward into the oncoming battle.
I need those engines now.
Like, do I have to turn a key or something? Do I control the engines, or
you can. You fly the ship. Are you gonna move the ship? Are you gonna turn it to face the enemy? What do you want to do here?
So our weapons systems, like, do they all point to one direction, or are they scattered all over?
We have prow-mounted torpedoes, so front side, and we have aft-mounted macro cannons.
I like
Back of the ship, macro cannons.
I look towards the captain as a basically board or fight, because front would be board and back would be fight, right?
Yeah, so if we're flying away from them, we've got the macro cannons. If we're flying towards them, we're using torpedoes, and we're going ham.
Now, dorsal is not aft. Dorsal means that they basically run along the ridge line, and they can fire fore or starboard or
they're all directions.
port. No, they won't be able to shoot behind you, but they could shoot left, right, and forward.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Like mounted on the spine.
Fair enough. Cool. Yeah. So let's think. Jack, what's the range of the enemy ship? Commander, I need answers.
Sir, the range of the ship is 8 VU out.
Aim melted two melted torpedoes at their oncoming course and fire on my command.
I turn the front to the facing the enemy ship.
Make a piloting check.
One question: if we go backwards, do we do that as fast as we can go forward, or is it slower, or can we not?
No,
go
you don't go
backwards at all?
backwards.
Okay. So yeah, I'm starting to move a little bit, so that if we have to do like evasive maneuvers, we don't have to do it from a stop, but from moving.
I'm sorry. You wanna go? What about evasive maneuvers?
No, basically, I don't know. Basically, I'm trying to get the ship's APM up, if that makes any sense. Like, I imagine that if we are already moving, it will be easier to make evasive maneuvers compared to us standing still and having to fire up the engines and start to move and then evade something.
Okay, so this is our first ship combat. So if you go into the core rulebook and swap over to Starship Combat, it's page 212.
Core rulebook.
So, Marius, go ahead and roll a 1d10 plus your detection bonus, the 10th digit of your detection.
And our detection bonus. This is where the spreadsheet comes in handy. If my computer would work. Detection.
20.
20 plus 5 for our sensors.
So 2.
So 2, yeah. So
1d10 plus 2.
Boom.
So you guys are going first. Now it's the ship that goes first, so everybody can do something if they want to do something during your ship's turn, and then the other ship will go.
I can't box down to the private quarters.
Shout down to us.
Yeah, but there won't be. I won't have comms stuff installed in the Shadowbound space. That defeats the purpose of them. Okay, so I want to command. So what actions have we got? We can. So Johan, do you know what you want to do in terms of? I'm giving full piloting controls over to Hayata. I trust her judgment.
Yeah, I'm reading the possible actions at the moment.
Yeah.
It might take like a minute.
That's all right. Take your time. Maneuver actions are going to be the most important part to you, Hayata.
Marius,
Yeah,
you
I'm
could
looking
send
at
a
those.
runner to get us if needed.
Yeah, in fact, that's a fair point. Presumably, I'll have runners on the bridge as well.
Yes, you do.
I want to send runners down, a runner to go and get Desarior and Claudette. Claudette to the bridge, Desarior to the weapons systems.
Okay.
To the gunner crews, because I've got a feeling that Desarior can scream at the gunner crews and fear them into doing things.
I actually have a disturbing voice which boosts my intimidate check.
Nice.
But you don't have Intimidate, do you? Or did you get it?
Yeah, of course I have intimidate.
Oh, okay.
I'm a fucking Dark Elder, brah!
Well, but also you can just shoot the cannons, right? Because
Yeah,
they
I
have
could do
great
that too. Yeah.
ballistics.
I assume that I cannot fire both the torpedoes and the macro cannon, so...
Yeah.
Really? I'll fire
Okay.
everything.
After completing its maneuver action, a ship has the option of firing its weapons. Each weapon component may be fired once per strategic turn, which is just a normal turn, and all weapon components must be fired at once, although they may be fired at different targets. A weapon component may only be fired at a target within its firing arc. You can.
So as a
the
ballistic scout
282.
test. Okay.
So I'm gonna load up my torpedo tubes. Griffin pattern, which can hold 2 torpedoes in each tube, I believe. No, sorry, 4 torpedoes total. 2 in each battery of torpedoes.
So it shoots 4 per battery.
Yeah, four per
What's the strength?
barrage, I believe. I'm just going to double check that because it's either 4 or 2, which is a big difference.
What's
Do
the
I,
strength?
do I know who's manning the weapons?
Do you?
Strength of the macro cannons is 3.
I don't know if it's someone that
Yeah,
usually
4.
mans them, maybe, and if it's one of our guys, or I mean, if it's like Desario or Claudette or someone, might have heard it when the captain ordered it, but
It would primarily be me giving fire orders for the torpedoes. The macro cannons are fire at will when in range.
okay, so it's not Desario or Cornelius
So
or Claudette.
my plan is that Desarior would be in the weapons batteries, rousing up the crew, and also if they try to board us, there's a competent fighter down there to keep the weapons running. But Desarior's down in the weapons batteries, and I'm controlling them from the bridge.
Okay, so the actual shots are made by the crew, right? Like with the bonuses of the crew.
No, we use them.
No, they would be made by me.
Oh, okay.
Or whoever does a ballistic scout test.
Or whoever does it. So me or Desarior.
Because I mean, if I do evasive maneuvers, that will do a -10 to all ballistic tests.
So I'd be rolling at a 40 flat.
Or all tests of shooting them at us and we at them. Are they in range, or are we in range for the
Very
weapons?
much. So we have a range of 60 on our torpedoes.
Okay.
Okay, so I have 50 ballistic scout, by the way. I don't know what you have, Marius.
45.
Yeah, so I'd be...
Torpedoes have speed, though. So
Torpedoes do have a speed.
Probably
you
take
know
some
the
time
speed
to
of
hit.
yours.
Our torpedoes are melted torpedo. No, plasma.
Damage number is a number 12, if that's what that number is.
No, that's the number of torpedoes we have.
Oh, does not say
The total
speed
number.
there.
So Griffin pattern torpedoes launchers can hold 24 plus 4. So that means 24 in storage and 4 in the tubes. So 28 total. But then there's obviously a risk of carrying them in the tubes.
It doesn't have speed anywhere.
It's under the torpedo type.
Seeking,
guidance
type
systems.
is seeking.
Yes, ours are seeking. So plus 30 on our torpedo rating.
Can we scan what type of weapons they have, or do we have to wait for them to actually fire something?
It's an extended action.
Okay. I mean, who can do that? Not the pilot, probably, but...
You're going to be using your actions to do maneuvers, probably.
Yeah.
But if you didn't want to do that, you could try that, yeah. Otherwise, you're going to have to get somebody else to do it.
That's what I can do. Then I can get more information with Jack. So I command Jack. Jack, I need more information about that ship. I need weapon, crew capacity, armor rating, anything you can get me from the scanners.
So yeah, before we go too far into the combat, actually, into the combat turn, I will do evasive maneuvers.
Cool.
So -10 to everything until we figure out what's actually happening and have more information.
If the torpedoes are in range, then I guess we fire them, right?
Yeah, if you want.
Is it in range?
Yeah, you are definitely in range.
Are we in range with the macro cannons, which are a range of 6 macro cannons?
They're 8 void units away from you, so
Okay.
no.
So you want to fire 2 melee torpedoes, is that right?
Yeah.
So do I have to make 2 ballistic checks and -10?
Well,
Is that how it works?
shooting is after maneuvering, so we gotta do maneuvering
Okay.
first. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you may not have the proper angle.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so-
Because they're on your port right now.
And we'd
You
have to be
need to have your
facing them.
4.
Yeah.
So normally I would probably scream like "hold tight" or something into the box, but since that's not an option right now, I'm basically just gonna scream into the room "hold tight," and then I'm gonna start evasive maneuvers, barrel rolling and stuff.
Can we put tokens on a map so we can visualize where the ships are?
Sure.
Don't mind. Just so I
Easily
can
done.
see movements and things.
Do you want me to roll already?
Yeah, you can go.
So I get pilot spacecraft -10, and because of our maneuverability, that's 28. I get +18 in total, right?
Double check the special equipment we've got as well. Some of it's added in. So yeah, maneuverability is 28.
Anything else, or just that 28 -10?
28.
Okay.
Oh wait, are we 5 VU within 5 VUs of a planet?
Yeah.
Awesome, we get +10. That's a 38.
Yeah, so yeah, it's 1.9 degrees of success.
All right.
Lathe pattern to be escort drive. I see. Bring us around, Hayata. I want to unleash some torpedoes on them.
Oh yeah. Are we already like facing them?
No.
No.
Ah, okay. So then I wouldn't do evasive maneuvers, but turn to face them.
So we're facing this way at the moment. I've got black as my color. Let's change that.
So I would do come to a new heading, which is the same test, but
No.
yeah.
We would be doing come to a new heading.
Yeah, I already said that.
Yeah.
So it's the same test.
Mhm.
Should I roll again or take that one?
You can take that one. That's fine.
Okay, so we get a -20 to any of our shots during that time.
That's fine.
Better to be able to make shots than not.
Yes. We've got the planet behind us, so
So I don't know exactly how this works, but we basically move our entire length, but we are able to turn like once we've moved half our speed or something, and then again once we've moved our full speed.
Uh-huh.
So how exactly does that work?
Okay, what did you do? Which one did you go with?
Adjust speed and bearing.
Adjust speed and bearing.
No. Come to new heading. That one.
Okay, this is used to make radical course changes. The helmsmen make a difficult -10 spy landing. Success means the starship may turn when it has moved half its speed value, then turn again when it has moved its full speed value. So your speed is currently 0 because you haven't adjusted your speed.
oh yeah, we'll need to adjust our speed first.
So the speed of your raider is, let me look at.
Wait, but does that mean we can turn
11.
while standing still, or does that mean we?
Yeah, you can still turn. You can turn twice, so you can make 90-degree turns.
What way are we heading right now? Are we looking at
North.
right now? Okay, then we can just turn once. And
Yeah.
look.
No, each turn
Yes.
is 45 degrees or 90 degrees.
It's 45 on the larger ships. It's 90 degrees on these small ones.
Okay. So you only really needed to adjust your bearing. You didn't have to risk a come to new heading. In fact, you've just basically
Yeah.
penalised their ballistic skill for no reason.
Yeah, but that's the first time I'm doing ship maneuvers. I
It's
just
fine.
Yeah, I'm not saying there's a problem with that. I'm just saying what to do next time.
So for every point of speed is a VU. So like if you're going 1, you're moving 1 VU per turn.
Okay, cool.
So we can close down in one turn.
So you see he's 8 VU away from you right now. Let me adjust the ruler.
That's like 40 feet.
So now the movement. Now I can see that we've got a decent course checked in. I screamed down my communicator to the weapons teams. Desarior, lock on torpedoes.
They're seeking, Captain.
When you became Scotty all of a sudden. Prime 2 plasma torpedo. Oh, sorry, 2 plasma torpedoes ready to fire. Wait, no, we've got melted torpedoes.
Melta.
Prime 2 melted torpedoes ready to fire. Fire on my mark.
Okay. Are you using are you commanding me with your?
I am commanding you.
Okay, and are you also making a command test too?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Are you using boarding or Melta? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Melta.
Melta.
So your speed is 10 on those. That's great.
So that means they will move 10 spaces in a turn. Presumably,
Yep.
if they move straight towards us, they will still hit, even though they're traveling 10, because they will hit an object before they reach their full 10.
So the entire strength value of the torpedoes is launched as a single group, referred to as a salvo.
Yes. And you can choose to fire a half salvo, I think, as well.
So no attack roll is needed at the time of firing, but a single explorer or NPC must be assigned to launch the torpedoes, as his skill at readying them for launch will determine their success when they reach their target. Now we'll retcon and say that Desarier loaded these things.
Yes, thank you. So I think he needs to roll a fellowship command roll to give me the extra bonus, right?
I do.
This character may still fire other weapons during the shooting action as normal.
So if he comes closer, I'll fire the macro batteries. Oh, wait, you can fire beyond the range of things, right?
Not in space.
Not in space, okay.
Sorry, I'm just lowering the volume of this music that you've put on.
Who
Good
put
idea,
that on?
but...
It's good
Like, cool.
music
So
that we're putting.
Yes, I am going to roll a fellowship test to command you. Ready to fire on my order, Desarior.
Yes, Lord Captain. Yes,
So-
Lord Captain.
I get various benefits from the bridge and things I've got. So, all command tests made by the captain gain a +5. Ballistic skills tests take +5.
Nothing else to command.
Nothing else to command, it's just my +5.
Except like during hit and run tests.
I'm sorry, I was wrong. So torpedoes, the range that they have is the range that they have. Once they run that amount of range, they peter out. With macro cannons, the range is either if your range is 6, you can fire up to twice as far away. Twice the weapon's range.
So I'll fire both then.
Yep.
So you want to roll your command?
Yes. Excellent. Success.
So I get another +10.
So +20 from my command, +10 from our weapon systems that we've got on the ship,
And -20 because we're coming to new heading.
and -20 because we're coming to a new heading.
So +10 total.
Are you firing the macro batteries right
No,
now?
this is the torpedoes.
Okay.
So did I just roll a ballistic skill with +10?
No, you don't. You don't make a roll.
Not
Remember?
yet.
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
But
Just annotate what you have.
okay. And I also want to roll the macro cannons, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I assume they do not get the command bonus, or can you command me to fire all weapons?
You have to make a different check for each one.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the one for the micro cannons. All batteries prepared to fire.
And if I understand, your auto command bonus only works on once, right?
Once.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So I think it's best
Once
to
per
use that on
turn.
torpedoes.
Once per turn. So I've used it on torpedoes.
Hold on. You're firing outside of your normal range, so
Yep.
it's a -10.
Okay. So for our macro battery, we've got +10 ship, +10 command, -20 new heading, -10 range. And I roll that one straight away?
Yeah.
Okay, so -10 overall.
Micro
Fire!
batteries unleash hell.
Salvo away, Captain.
Okay. Roll your damage.
The
Okay.
Zarya is literally saying that. Like, pew pew!
Yes. 1d10 plus 2.
Okay. Do you want to roll a shower roll?
You know.
8.
Again.
11. Yeah, good song, Scott. Assume you put on.
Okay, so you put out a withering barrage of macro cannon fire. It scores against the Daemon ship, but it doesn't destroy it.
Successful hit, Captain.
Not unsurprising.
No, yeah. If it blew up with macro cannons, I think that would be a single broadside.
Now make your torpedo check,
Okay.
because they would show up.
So, again, that was a +10 to that instead of -10. That was good.
It's challenging a +0 ballistic skill plus torpedo rating test, just so you know.
Plus the torpedo rating as well.
Plus
Yeah.
30.
So I get +30 to that.
Yes.
Okay,
On a
so
successful test, one torpedo strikes the target ship plus an additional torpedo for every degree of success.
I actually got 4 degrees.
Okay, you can't hit with more torpedoes than are in the salvo, though. Just
There's only
remember.
2, because I've got 2 boarding torpedoes loaded.
Okay.
Now
you-
the
Torpedoes are not stopped or hindered by void shields, so that's good.
Oh, nice.
So roll your torpedo damage.
Okay.
2d10 plus 15.
Okay, let's hope a roll high for number 1. Oh no!
Wow.
Wow.
And the second one?
Automatically causes a fire.
There you go, there's the 2. Auto
I mean-
also auto crits.
Better?
What's in these boarding tubes, by the way? Or no,
Melter
you're using
saboteurs.
meltas. Aren't
These
you
are
using
meltas.
meltas?
These
Yeah.
are melters. In the boarding tubes, we've got murder servitors.
Okay.
So it all
20
causes fire
and
and auto
25?
crits. Yeah, the criticals as well.
Crit range is a 9-star. I can't remember what that actually
It
means.
says next to this auto critical, so I assume that's what it means.
No, that automatically causes a fire.
No, it also says auto crit.
Critical hit when deals damage or is destroyed. Yes. Auto crit.
So, we have to roll on the critical table then.
I'm pretty happy with these weapons you've given us, Alex.
Thanks.
Pretty
Don't
neat.
get me wrong. We have only got 14 melted torpedoes.
So just from my understanding, if it's like a demon ship or something, does it even have crew, or is it just like the ship itself?
No,
It
will have
depends
crew,
on the ship.
but they'll be psychotic.
Oh, okay, so our murder servitors are not gonna be that useful.
Oh, Ross, re-roll that one, because it's got terminal penetration of 4. When rolling damage for this weapon, re-roll any dice results of a 4 or more.
Okay, so I rolled a 1 and a 2, so I re-roll both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first damage was actually... Thank you for that, Alex. First damage was actually 29, and the second damage was actually... Oh.
That's fine.
So
Second
does
roll
it-
stands. Stands.
Okay, it doesn't get made worse.
No.
Okay.
No. Sorry, the second roll stands, so it does get worse.
Okay, so it goes down to 24 and up to 29.
24 and 29?
Yep.
Okay.
Both auto crits, both start fires. So I have to roll in the crit table. What's the number I have to roll there?
A D10.
A d10 twice, because they're 2 torpedoes.
If you get a crit for each one, yeah.
Yeah, auto crits in both, so 7 and a 9.
Oh.
A 7. Surly text right. Something is jarred and shocked the ship's machine spirit, which it doesn't have. Okay, roll 1d10, or roll 3d10.
21,
Just tell me each of the numbers.
10, 6, and 5.
Okay. And the other d10 that you had rolled
That's a 9.
Was a 9. Excellent. Hull breach. The hull of the ship is ripped asunder by tremendous force, opening compartments to the void and doing massive structural damage. The attacker selects 1d5 components. Roll a d5.
3. I select all their weapons if I can.
Nope, life support.
But it's a demon ship, right?
Life support engines. And shields.
What do you want to do? You're the attacker, Desire.
Well, unless Matsinski didn't command me beforehand, I want to take out their weapon. I would assume I'd be firing their weapons. So
You're gonna take out their weapons?
Yeah, I mean, if they can't shoot back, I don't really see the issue.
Engines! So it means they can't board us.
They have one weapon, so
Okay.
you still have 2 other components.
I use the next in engines,
And
and so engines 1. I mean, okay, then their bridge.
the bridge, okay.
I don't know.
So roll a d10 for each one of those.
Okay.
Let me know if you
Oh,
get an
apparently
8
you
to
can
10.
select bridge according to Scott.
I thought you could. I might be wrong.
Okay, I got
No,
a
it
10 on
says
weapons.
specifically.
You got a 10 on weapons.
Yeah. Got a 7 on engine.
Okay.
I got a 5 on the bridge.
Okay.
Should have shot the shields, that was my bad. Yeah, I can choose the bridge. So I should choose something else?
That's fine.
So I choose shields. I guess it doesn't do anything since I rolled a 5.
Yeah. It's damaged, but not destroyed.
Okay.
The engines, however, are destroyed. Or no, the weapon system is destroyed. Sorry. The engines and the shields are not destroyed, but they are damaged. However, the whole ship starts to list aimlessly and seems unpowered. Did a good job.
Sweet.
Wow.
One shot.
Torpedoes,
Bravo.
boys.
So if
I read a,
Just remember, though, that was a raider, and you guys are a raider, so keep that in mind when something attacks you.
yes. This thing, we got lucky because we fired first. And admittedly, we've got fairly good weapons. But if we come across a cruiser or a frigate, like, we're done.
Also, the problem
Well,
is we
just
can't
want to
run.
detect them first. You can run.
Well, I mean, we can't fire and run because all
You
our
can-
ships point for.
You only have to point 4 for your torpedoes. So, like, if he had done just speed and bearing, he could have ran with the port or starboard sides facing the Chaos ship.
So like
In which
ran
case
like
you could
this.
fire your. Yeah, you could have fired macro batteries.
That's true. But we can't like run directly away from someone.
No,
And
not
be able
unless
to
you
fire.
guys get something different.
That's okay.
Just a guy standing, just like with a seatbelt wrapped around him in an airlock, ready to kick a torpedo out into space and leave it floating, run into it.
It's like mines. That's a pretty good
Like a
idea,
depth
actually.
charge.
Wait, so if the enemy ship is just floating around, can we just fire a boarding torpedo with someone inside?
Nope, we're just going to take it down with macro batteries.
But I mean,
It's a waste
You
of
can
torpedoes.
do that.
The torpedoes we've got are very, very valuable and rare.
oh, okay.
It's not going to be easy to
We
get.
could do it,
torpedoes
but we
this
don't
good
even want to
again.
board the ship.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and if you want to
you
board
want
the
to stay
demon
away
ship,
from
by all
demons.
means, you know that's your decision to make.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't know how if demons are really bad or if they're just possessing a ship and after they're gone, it's done.
No, it's not worth.
It's
even
like
looking at.
chaos, the Taint of Chaos.
They're not like forest spirits.
It'd be like the pure stuff that Chaos.
So you're gonna use your macro batteries to just destroy it.
Hayata brings us into range with the macro batteries, and Desarior just unleash hell.
What's the range of the macro
6.
batteries?
6.
6. You
Okay,
could
so-
technically hit them from here.
I thought we were just outside of the range.
Yeah, we're at minus 10 right now, where we are.
Well, we
I'm
might as
not-
well move 2 spaces in.
I'm not. We're done with combat. If you want to just destroy them, you can
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah, we pound them with the macro batteries until the ship goes up in flames.
Okay.
Yay!
Because I'm right in saying from when we were discussing ammo before, we're not really tracking macro battery ammo, are we?
No.
Cool.
All right. So you've destroyed the damage ship, and you've recovered some artifacts, and we're going to call that the end of the session for today.
Oh no, I need to torture someone!
Good job, guys.
I didn't eat no one.
There's no one to
No, you
eat.
did.
Yeah, I mean, you
But I'm
could
cool with that.
have eaten Jim.
This time, I mean, the
Frank.
ratio is alright still, because this time we only spent a day, whereas last time we spent 21 days?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a quarter of a year, maybe. No,
Yeah.
with the warp.
No, in the warp we were 21 days, and it was like 100 days outside. But we didn't, live those 100 days.
Yeah, we only left 21 of those days.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay,
Roll 1d5, Desire.
I do, yep. So my my thing is Fellowship. I've chosen Fellowship as the other characteristic.
So it'll be willpower and fellowship
Yeah.
damage.
Right, boys. I'm going
Wait.
crazy.
What is this?
What's
Willpower
that?
and fellowship chosen characteristics? What was
Yeah,
that?
so as a Dark Elder, if I don't torture people, or if people aren't suffering, I start to go insane, basically. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to annihilate
No.
an entire ship full of people.
He doesn't go insane. And you didn't annihilate an entire ship full of people. You annihilated a demon in ship form.
So is
Fair
that are that 2 and 3 like is that damage to his like is it insanity or something?
No, it's damage to
it's-
my willpower and Fellowship.
Actual
It's
stats.
characteristic
it
damage.
actually decreases like forever or
No, it's until I get
temporarily.
until I torture someone, and then it starts to heal. Which I don't know how long healing takes.
So next time we go to the planet, we'll have to leave this Arior and Claudette on the ship with a random crew member.
I mean, I heard Jim's angry at me, so might as well.
Yeah. I mean, Jim's upset. Yeah. If there's
Yeah.
anyone who's like on death's door, I can extend their life. There's got to be people on the ship with cancer and stuff, right?
Also, surely there gotta be some feuds between crew members, right? They can just come to us, right? And if
Yeah.
the money's right, we can, apply some guidance or something.
I mean, that's why we don't have a brig on the ship. I don't need one. I've got you two sitting in a void bay somewhere.
Wait, so but Claudette doesn't take damage if she doesn't eat someone, right?
No. She'll just have a harder time of doing things the longer she goes without eating bodies.
I'll get hangry, basically.
Okay.
That was a really fun session.
Anyway, everybody go ahead and take 1,000 XP.
Yay!
So we're rank 2 now, right?
Probably, yeah.
Once you spend it, you become rank 2, don't you?
No, you just have to have a total amount of XP meeting the rank requirement.
Oh, cool.
Should I get... Oh, hold on, let me just roll for that void suit. I'll just take a common void suit.
The third session is going to be next week at the normal time.
Monday?
So remember,
Monday again, right?
Monday, yep. But remember, after we begin the third session, you're stuck with what you got.
Damn.
I'm okay
Alright.
with that.
I'm gonna roll a million things to be safe.
The question I had, because I can't find it anywhere in the rules, and I imagine it may have been an oversight, it may be that you have to take it from another system. So the power armor we've got has 1d5 hours, but I have seen power armor that has 24 hours. Is that a
The
case?
quality.
It's the quality of the power armor. So if we got best quality, it would have 24 hours power supply rather than 5, for example.
Good quality is 1d10. I do good quality as 1d10 hours, and best quality as 1d5 days.
1d5 days, okay. The 1d10, is that 1d10 with a minimum of 5? Considering that standard power armor would have 1d5.
I'm sorry, not 1d10, 2d5.
2d5, okay. Fair enough.
As a side note, no more, unless you create a new character, no more initial acquisitions and no more acquisitions. You guys are in deep space. So
Well, right now.
you can, anything that I said that you guys could just take, just go, you could still have access to that. But you guys are in deep space and you're not around anything that you can acquire shit from. So
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So no more initial acquisitions, no more I'm going to try and roll against everything on the table. When you guys make it somewhere where it makes sense that you can try to get some stuff, then yeah, that'll be back on the table. But where you're at right now, there's nothing to acquire anything from. But that said, all the stuff that I said that you know, plentiful and beyond, just take. If you want some of that, go ahead. That's fine. I don't care.
Awesome. That's fair.
Okay.
I'll take
Yeah.
a void suit.
Yeah, might be useful, Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you take 2?
I'll take a couple, yeah. I'm gonna have like a storage locker of all the common items, and then the bay that I might think I'll need at one point. That even if I don't think I'll need it now, I'll be like,
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the kind of logic of these common items, I suppose, Beth, is the fact that on a starship of our size, we would have spares of these particular items, like
Yeah.
data
Yeah.
slates and void suits and low sticks and all these kind of things.
Exactly.
And I imagine I came with like a giant wardrobe of stuff anyway.
Just made of various animal skins.
Human. Xenos
Human
skins. Yeah.
I still haven't decided what my Xenopelt cloak is going to be.
Did anybody have any questions about anything or any feedback on the session? Things that we could do better or things that you liked and you'd like to see more of?
For me, I
the-
enjoyed the balance of everything. We had a little bit of everything in there tonight. We had a bit of exploration, a bit of combat, and a bit of role playing between us as well, which was nice. For me personally, I thought it was a good balance of different things to do.
Yeah, next time I would like you guys not to kill everything on sight on the first turn, so I can actually get some action. But I mean, I'm cool with it, guys. My time will come. I'll be patient. It's fine.
I mean, that's one thing I would say is I'd quite like to get into a situation where we have ground combat. So for that reason, because Philip and Ross, their main roles are as mercenaries to be on the ground with us fighting people.
Well, I mean, you do have a whole planet that you're supposed to enslave. So
That is true. That is true. We've been sidetracked here.
Didn't it say that the planet showed no life signs at all?
No, he's
No,
talking about
that's
the
the other
system.
one.
Oh yeah,
you're
of
in the wrong
course.
system.
Yeah, yeah, right. There was something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I tried to do a little more interaction with the crew, or not more, but like the same as last session. But yeah, I liked it today.
I like your role playing too. Like, it was pretty funny when the ship acted up and you were just enraged about Frank. I like that part.
Are we voting for like someone to get extra XP
Yeah.
like last time? Because I want to vote Johan.
Yeah, I was
Johan.
going to say the same.
Yay, thank you guys.
Johan versus
Yeah.
Frank.
I mean, he
Go
got
ahead
close.
Go ahead and take 100, Johan.
Because he got really close to dying as well by shoving his face under us.
Yeah, I'm glad
That's
you
a way
didn't
to
tumble
go,
to your
right?
death.
Things. I had another question about things that aren't necessarily in equipment. Things like rope, for instance. Now, I know we're not going to be carrying around like 50 feet of hemp rope like classic D&D. Would it be things like wire cables and things like that? And although they're not listed, can we requisition things like that? For example, next time when we're actually going deeper into that structure, it'd be useful to have something like rope, for example, climbing
Or
gear.
a utility belt or something like that.
Yeah.
So isn't there a grapnel?
Yeah, I have a grapnel.
Oh, do you have a grapnel? Okay. Sorry, I must have missed that. It must be somewhere else in gear, and I didn't see it. Because I know I have a...
Or don't actually have a grapnel, but I know it's called... Yeah, there is. Grapnel, fires grappling hook, 100 meters, wire, line attached.
Okay.
I don't
Cool.
have a
So no, I've
grapnel
got a drop.
aligned.
I've got a drop harness, but nothing. No, I didn't find anything for kind of wires and that kind of equipment, climbing gear equipment.
Yeah,
I'll have a
drop
look.
harness, mag boots, grapple, those are all great for various different kinds of climbing.
Yeah. Cool.
But so there's no... We can't just get like a roll of wire to leave behind us.
Sure, if you want to take a couple of different grapnels, it's an average item, so...
But average is too scarce, right? To just have.
It is.
And we can't acquisition or have common acquisitions. Or have initial acquisitions.
Okay, so go ahead and take 4 grapnels. If you want to get more, you're going to have to get them later.
What's that?
Cool.
It's 400... Basically 400 meters of string, I think, per Alex wants to walk along and leave behind.
Okay.
It's more for like, for example, okay, there's acid coming out of that, but if we want to go down a floor by climbing, I'd be more comfortable doing it if we had a rope line to do it with, rather than just free climbing.
Mm-hmm.
What about like do the doors on our ship have locks?
They're
Like
blast doors in most cases, so yeah.
Which means they blast open at the slightest contact.
Yeah, I just realised I forgot to end the recording, so thank you everyone very much
Bye.
for watching
Bye.
part 2. Yeah, cheerio, we'll see you guys in episode 3. Bye.